Welcome to the 8th annual GED graduation. Congratulations, graduates. My name is Jean Busayas, and I'm the Chief GED Examiner at Greenfield Community College. On behalf of the Family Literacy Program, and Family Literacy Collaborative, and Greenfield Community College, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 8th annual GED graduation. The Family Literacy Collaborative is made up of the following agencies, all of whom are committed to promoting literacy in Franklin and Hampshire County. Greenfield Community College, where GED grads outnumber those students who come to us from the high school. You're our biggest feeder high school, so we adore you. And actually, I just found out today that half of the student senators that are at the GCC Senate are GED grads, so that's pretty impressive. Yes. Franklin Hampshire Employment and Training, which offers not just GED classes, but employment counseling and training as well. The Literacy Project, which provides adult basic education and transition to secondary education. The Family Learning Center, a community action program which caters to the pregnant and parenting GED student. And Community Corrections Program, which offers GED classes to those on probation. Since last October, 133 students have earned their GED by testing at Greenfield Community College. It gets better. 14 of those actually earned their GEDs while in the Franklin County House of Correction. So I'd like to give them a round of applause as well. Graduates have ranged in age from 16 to 64 years old. The passing rate for GED examinees tested at Greenfield Community College has consistently been above that of the state average. In 2011, we had an 80% passing rate. The state average is 66%. Greenfield Community College, thank you. Greenfield Community College is currently ranked in the top 5 out of the 32 test centers in the Commonwealth for highest passing rates. That's certainly a testament to our local adult education centers and literacy projects. And on that note, I would like to acknowledge the GED teachers who are here with us tonight. If you could please stand when I say your name. From the literacy program, Louise Barrows, Joe Pansica, Amber Ortiz. From Franklin Hampshire Career Center, Annette Kilminster. From the Family Learning Center, Alan Fowler. From the Franklin County House of Correction, Steve Hussey. Thank you for all that you do. We are very fortunate to have 5 very special speakers with us tonight to honor our graduates. The first is Bob Pura, president of Greenfield Community College. We also are joined by Judith Roberts, Executive Director for the Literacy Project, one of our current GED grads, Shannon Gustafson, excuse me if I mispronounce that, one of our past GED graduates, Teresita Williams, and our GED alumni, Stephanie Gale, former GCC student who is about to graduate from Smith College. So, without further ado, it is my pleasure to kick off tonight's festivities by introducing a man who is an inspiration to this community and this college, Dr. Robert Pura, or as we know him, Bob.
Hello, everybody. Is everybody ready to celebrate their achievement tonight? That's a little bit more like the energy that these folks need to let them know just how proud we are of all of you. We really are extremely proud of your achievements. And it is usual at a GED graduation to have great tribute to how much you've overcome. one of the things that we want to do is certainly celebrate that achievement. You really have come a long way, everybody taking different roads to get to this moment. But the truth of the matter is, in this commencement, this really isn't just an end. It really is not just a celebration of what you've achieved. It's a celebration of our hope and aspiration for all of you about what's in front of you. And we really want to make the statement to all of you that your learning cannot stop here. If anything, you've learned how to learn, and that's the single most significant outcome of your investment in the GED. You really understand. You have that little kernel of sand now there that said, I can do it. You have done it. You know for a fact that you can take the next step because you've taken this step. Overcoming any fear of challenge is not just that achievement itself. It's more evidence of your capacity to go farther. So honestly, we are celebrating tonight as much about what is in front of you as we are celebrating what you've already accomplished. I do have a letter to read to you from the mayor who could not be here tonight, and I will get to reading that. And I have 2 stories to tell you. So I've asked to broaden my little welcome for tonight, and in doing so, I want to tell you 2 stories. One is about my brother-in-law and a bull, and the other one is about my dad. The one about my brother-in-law is he's a farmer up in Cape Breton. And one particular day when I was up there, he said, we have to go pick up a bull. And I'm reminded of this story because just yesterday afternoon I was driving with Patricia Crosby to a meeting. She's at a farm up in Gill, and in fact it's Up in Gill Farm, and she was talking about they had just gotten a bull calf. And so I was remembering this story to her, and then I said, I think I'm going to share this with the graduates tomorrow night. So the story is that one particular morning my brother-in-law said, we have to go get a bull, bring it from one farm to another. Would you come? I said, sure. What am I going to do to help this guy get a bull from one farm to another? I didn't grow up on a farm. I don't know what that really meant. So I said, sure, that sounds exciting. So I go to get in the truck. We go off to a farm. We get there, and there's all these cows and a bull. And so we said, well, we got to get the bull separated from the cows, so let's go in. And I had another brother with us, and he's a pretty big, burly guy, and he says, well, I'll go get the bull, and we'll get it in the truck. So he goes out there, and we're all chasing the bull, trying to get it away. Nah, that's not working. So finally, the farmer from that particular farm says, why don't we just separate the cows from the bull? And so they put feed, and they put some hay next to this particular area of the barn. And all the cows go in there. And then it's, this 2x4 corral, 2x4 plywood around the corral, and then he ties it off with a rope. And all of these cows, thousands of pounds of animal with great strength, are standing there, and he ties it off with a rope. And I'm thinking to myself, any one of those animals, if they wanted to, could bust through the fence, could probably go through the side of the barn, certainly can get out by the rope. And the more I thought about that, the more I thought about our own experiences. So many times we find ourselves in situations that we feel restrained, held back by ropes, nothing more than ropes, with great capacity to get outside of that corral. So many times we limit our potential with imaginary restraints. You now have evidence of the power that you have to get beyond those ropes. You are just beginning to see the potential and your capacity to achieve, or at least walk towards the achievement of that potential. Think of those cows at any given time being able to get out of that corral, but they stayed there. And I think all too often we do that to ourselves. You now understand that what you want, you can go after and not have to limit yourselves by those self-identified ropes. They're nothing more than ropes that you can get by. that you can get beyond with hard work and focus. The second little story that I want to share with you has to do with my dad and your future work. Many of you are worried about jobs. You are working hard to maintain jobs so that you can have the money to pursue your education, take care of family, take care of the things you have to take care of. We all get that here at GCC. We really do understand how difficult this economy is to all of us. That said, with your investment in education, the more education you're willing to pursue, the greater the probability of job security and getting the job that you want. And the story about my dad is I have one picture of him that I keep. There's bunches of pictures in albums and stuff, but the one picture that I have hanging in the office in the house where I keep the computer is the picture of him at work. My dad was an immigrant from Poland, came to this country through Ellis Island, and he worked at a deli all of his life. Delicatessen. And I went to community college. It was Miami-Dade Community College after high school. Friends went off to different places. I understand the path that you're walking. I understand what it's like for our students here. And my dad, Polish immigrant, came to this country working and began working at a deli, and that's the job he loved. So the one picture that I have of him that has that natural smile, not that phony smile that we put on when the camera's looking at us, but that real feel-good inside smile, is he's got his arms like this and he's smiling behind the counter and he's got 5 big salamis in his hand. He was in his element and he loved it. That's the work we want for you. No matter what path you follow to go get the job that you want, we want that job to have meaning, to have purpose, to bring that same look in your eyes that's in the picture of my dad, the same wonderful smile that's on his face. And it doesn't matter what the job is. Some of you are going to become teachers, some of you are going to become lawyers, some of you are going to become plumbers, some of you electricians, some of you will be journalists. But what we want for you is for you to pursue the job that brings most passion and meaning to your life, whatever that is. And to attain that, you're going to need to follow a path of more and more education. You now know you can do it. And let me leave you with this final little story about my dad that you just heard about. My dad since passed, and I haven't shared this in a while, but I'll share it with you. As he was passing, he died of leukemia. I was walking with him. He was in a wheelchair by then, and I was with him after dinner. And we were going around for a walk together. And he was not a very talkative guy. He was not a very philosophical guy. He was a hard-working guy. And so on this particular night, we were going out, and he grabbed the wheelchair, and he stopped it, and he said, I have to talk to you. And I said, what? And he said, well, I made two big mistakes in life. And I said, Dad, what's that? I thought he was going to talk about insurance or will, or I don't know what he's going to talk about. And he said, well, the first big mistake is I spent too much time working and not enough time with you and your mother. And this man had worked every day but Wednesdays of his life. Wednesday was his day off. But he worked every single day. Left before we got up, came home, had his dinner, read the paper, probably went to bed, exhausted every night, working hard, just like people you know, just like you are. And so he said, after all of a lifetime of that, worked too hard, didn't spend enough time with you and your mother. Obviously, great tears everywhere. He and I sat there for an hour and we talked about how he felt about that, how I felt about that. We got to an okay place about that. We really did. And it was a beautiful conversation, but draining. And I said, Dad, what's number 2? I took a deep breath. I didn't know what to expect after all of that. And he said, well, your mother was wrong. I said, what was she wrong about? He said, well, they don't weigh you on the way out. I should have eaten more ice cream. don't forget to eat the ice cream along the way. Congratulations to all of you, and let me read for you this letter from the Mayor of Greenfield, Mayor William Martin. Dear GED graduates, that's you. Today marks an important milestone in each of your lives. You have worked hard for months, even years, to obtain your GED, balancing work, family life, and myriad of other responsibilities while attaining and attending GED classes. I congratulate you on your perseverance and your dedication. For many of you, today's graduation represents greater opportunities for better employment, military service, or perhaps higher education. By achieving this goal, you have demonstrated the resolve and commitment to enrich not only your own life, but the lives of your children, families, and communities. We are proud of you. Learning is a lifelong endeavor, and you have taken an admirable first step. Enjoy the journey. Congratulations and best wishes, William Martin, Mayor of Greenfield, Massachusetts. On behalf of all at Greenfield Community College, we really do say congratulations. There's a seat waiting for you when you want to come to GCC. Congratulations.
Judith Roberts is the Executive Director of the Literacy Project. She is a GCC graduate, as well as a GCC Distinguished Alum. She is also a graduate of Smith College, as well as Harvard. Boy, talk about pursuing an educational track. That's very impressive. Please welcome Judith Roberts.
Thank you so much. Graduates, this is your night to shine. We are all so proud of you. Big congratulations. I also want to be the first person to congratulate you on your increased life expectancy. Yes, it's true. You are going to live longer. The U.S. Census figures say that a person 25 to 64 years old with a high school diploma or a GED has 3 times more chance to live past 64 years old than someone without a high school diploma or GED. So congratulations on your long life that you have ahead of you, long, successful, and happy lives. You've already proven that you can be successful. The only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary, where S comes before W. We know that it took a lot of hard work for you to get here. You passed the GED test, even the dreaded math portion of the GED. And you may know that 5 out of 3 people have trouble with math, including me. Joke. I want to just tell you a little bit about my story, because I was also a non-traditional learner. I came to Greenfield Community College in my 30s. I came here, I was working full-time, sometimes 2 jobs, you know what I'm talking about, to support my family as a single mom, raising my kids, and going to school part-time. So this is a quiz. How long do you think it took me to graduate from Greenfield Community College going part-time? Anybody want to guess? Graduates? Yes. Exactly right. Exactly right. He gets a gold star. It took me 15 years to get my associate's degree from Greenfield Community College. So I'm sure you will all get through quicker than I did. I then transferred to Smith College, and you'll hear from Stephanie Gale, who's one of our GED graduates, who's currently at Smith College. And after that, I went on to Harvard University. And then I came back to work at the Literacy Project here in Greenfield because I wanted to share the opportunity that I had to access to education with other adults. Education transformed my life, and I wanted to share that with other folks. So now I have that opportunity, and I'll tell you right now, your education can't stop here. You're sitting here at Greenfield Community College. I implore you, if you're not already enrolled in community college, come check it out. It's better than you even think. There's so much available here, certificate programs, training, all kinds of things going on here. I also want to take a minute here to thank, you guys are really heroes. You're my heroes, you're awesome, but there's some other heroes here I want to recognize. All of us along the way had someone who believed in us to support us. And for many of us, it was our teachers, but also our family and friends sitting here. For me, it was my mom. She's sitting in the front row there. She always believed in me, and that kept me going. So, and also our wonderful teachers in the GED programs, volunteers. Let's give them, oh, and I want to include, we forgot to mention, Kathy King is one of our Literacy Project teachers we didn't mention from the North Quabbin site. So let's give a hand to our supporters, those who helped us. They believed in us, and they helped us along the way. So this is a new beginning. You're going to build on the success that you had here today. I wish I could say there's a golden road, there's a road paved in gold out there for you. There's not. You already know that. You have to build the road, and you've already got started building your road to success. So just keep going, keep building it. Congratulations, good luck. God bless you.
Our next speaker is one of tonight's graduates. Shannon Gustavin is a native of Western Massachusetts and the mother of 6 children. After more than 10 years of working and raising a family, she found herself in a position where pursuing her GED made sense. She enrolled in the Family Learning Center and earned her GED earlier this year. She is currently enrolled at GCC. Shannon. I'd also like to add that Shannon's dad is graduating with her tonight.
I would like to start by thanking everyone who came here tonight. It is a great honor to have you all here, supporting the people in your life that you truly care about. I would personally like to thank Alan at the Family Learning Center. Without your guidance and overwhelming support, I would not be standing here right now. I never thought that I would ever be able to obtain my GED. I had always thought, I am not smart enough, what's the point, or why bother? Then the unthinkable happened. My youngest son died unexpectedly when he was 3 months old. I was also laid off from my job. Although I still have 5 living children, I felt my entire life had fallen apart. One evening, in deep despair, I made a promise to my youngest son. I promised I would no longer drown myself in his death, but become motivated by his beautiful short life. A few short days later, I found myself in Alan's classroom preparing for my GED. After several long, hard months, I was finally prepared to take my GED test. I can still remember Jean telling me my GED scores over the phone, while tears of joy fell down my face. I am now enrolled as a full-time student here at GCC. I am working towards my liberal arts degree with a major in psychology. My ultimate goal is to become a licensed grief counselor and help bereaved families cope with their losses. As I look into my children's eyes, my hard work and determination grow stronger every day. Without my 5 beautiful children in my life, I never would have had the strength to carry on. I just want to end with congratulations to everyone who has earned their GED, and I wish you all the best of luck in whichever path you may choose. Thank you.
Very well done. Thank you. Teresita Williams earned her GED in 2011. You can come on up, Teresita. It's okay. She has since completed a cosmetology school and is currently a student at Holyoke Community College. Welcome, Teresita.
This is huge, you guys. I graduated last year in 2011. It took 10 years to pass. I attempted so many times. Life got in the way. My life got chaotic. It was very difficult for me to focus. By getting pregnant and having my son helped me realize someone else was counting on me and helped me to see I am accountable for both our well-beings. It didn't just happen. I had to seek help in the community, lots of things to do, like appointments, searching for daycare every day. One of the things I had to learn about myself was my own learning difficulties. I had to face reality about myself, something I hadn't always done. All this time, I turned for help from my community, from teachers, my parents, my family, outreach workers, and yes, literally, all these teachers, plus the correction office, are my teachers. At one point in my life, bottom line, I had to do what I had to do. I finally got the prize, my GED. Boy, was I anxious. I couldn't believe it when I found out the final results. I didn't believe it. From then on, I went directly into cosmetology school. I now have my cosmetology license, and currently I am at Holyoke Community College, majoring physical fitness. My final thought I'd like to leave with you graduates is don't give up and not to stop after getting your GED. Thank you.
Actually, Teresita, I think I had tears in my eyes when I gave you those passing scores. Okay, Stephanie Gale earned her GED at the age of 17. Several years later, she attended GCC and graduated with an associate's degree. Stephanie has interned with the GCC Office of Admissions, the Literacy Project, and a local law firm. She is currently employed by the Big Brother Big Sisters of Franklin County. Stephanie will be graduating from Smith College this May with a bachelor's in sociology. She plans on pursuing a law degree and holds a strong passion for legal reform in family and juvenile law. Stephanie, please join us.
Congratulations to everybody tonight. I'm deeply honored to be speaking tonight and to share this moment with each and every one of you. I understand the commitment, the dedication, and work you have done to reach this moment. I graduated my GED in 2000. Even though we did not have a celebration like this, I remember how proud I was. I'm sure all of you are very proud tonight. Congratulations again to all of you. As I was preparing this speech, I was thinking about what I wanted to say all to you to inspire your future endeavors. I feel so lucky that I've been so successful in my life, not necessarily money-wise, but as a student, an employee, and as a parent. However, don't let my accomplishments fool you. Every day is a struggle. And balancing my commitments and my responsibilities, but the key to my success has been my support community. Being a student at GCC helped me to grow a supportive network. I got involved in my classes and with outside class activities. The people I met at GCC have become a profound group of people in which I can depend on. While my accomplishments during my time here, for me, it was not what I did, but the people who I met and supported and encouraged me that made the difference. Since my involvement with the college as a student and in the local community, working for social service agency, many have asked, how do you do it? How can you do all that and not lose it? Raising a child is no easy task, but to add on other responsibilities such as doing homework, coordinating fundraising events, and going to class, and taking kids to doctor's appointments, all that is no easy task. But building the network of friends and colleagues I could depend on to help me when things were not going well and when things were going great was what made the difference. When I refer to my support community network, I don't mean my 500 plus friends on Facebook, which I only have 220, but the people that I've encountered in my life that I can make that connection with that really depend on me to see that I succeed and that I do well. Without them, I will not be where I am today. These people influenced me a great deal, and they have invested in me in ways that I could never pay back. It was the potential that they saw in me that drove my desire to succeed and make a difference in other people's lives. They have given me a confidence, a shoulder to cry on, and a sense of belonging when I felt never more alone in new surroundings. I want to take this opportunity to thank those very people, who some of them are here tonight. Having that community has paid off. There have been many roadblocks in my path. Many of them would have been an understanding excuse to give up and not to go on reaching my educational and my career goals. But there's no way that was going to happen with the support community I have. I would not be letting myself down and my family down, but what about all those people who were counting on me to be strong and overcome those hurdles? There was no way I could let them down. That is probably the best benefit of having a network of caring people in my life. They want and expect me to succeed, and as cliche as it sounds, failure is never an option. As the times of transition, upheaval that life brings, the small moments, treacherous difficulties in front of you, which you wish to leave far, far behind. All these things in which having a support network pays off big time. Well, there are other things too. When it came time to go online and check to see if I'd been accepted at Smith College, I was a wreck. Honestly, I was hoping I was not accepted. I had already had offers from other colleges, and Smith in my eyes was something out of my reach. I thought they made a mistake. How could they want me, a high school dropout with a GED, funny, applying to Smith College? Smith is a pretty amazing place though, and I love being there. I often wonder how it is that I'm graduating from there, but I really know how. It's been through that same support community and the support of my fellow students. Smith boasts academic rigor, and somewhere in the range of 89% of their class has graduated in the top 10 of their high school class. There are some very smart women there, including myself, GED and all. I get to analyze original Picasso works at Smith College's Art Museum, and the same day walk to Smith's Botanical Garden to view the very rare Titanarium with the overpowering fragrance of rotting flesh. I remind myself that I belong here, and my support community helped me with this rare opportunity. It's not because I'm exceptionally smart or that I have money for a world-class education, but it's Smith that sees the same potential in me as my community has seen in me all along. For me, creating a support network was not intentional. It was organic, and it happened with perfect timing. I only hope to aspire to that for somebody else. For communities foster much drive for many people to do great things. We should all recognize those who have contributed to our success. Nourish and cherish the support you get from others, for your ultimate success depends on it. You will need it in your future endeavors, whatever they may be, and during the times of what life may throw your way. I wish to end on a small note. Remember, while we are working towards different goals, we also navigate different paths. My path to success is not the same as yours. My idea of success is not the same as yours. Success is something that we don't define, but something to aspire to. As Henry Ward Beecher said, we should not judge people by their peak of excellence, but by a distance they have traveled from the point where they have started, end quote. It is the goals that you set for yourself and the reality of reaching them. Don't stop though. Set new goals when you accomplish one. But I advocate for you to create a supportive community to help you get there. However it is you're going to get there, you're going to need it. I know I depended on it. Thank you.
Okay. One last speaker. Our West County neighbor, Dr. Bill Cosby, is also a GED graduate. Did you know that? Anyway, he sent a video for you to watch tonight.
Hello. Yes, congratulations to all of you. It's very, very important for you to understand that I, Dr. William H. Cosby Jr., EDD, University of Massachusetts, Amherst, with a master's, University of Massachusetts, Amherst, and BS, Communications, Temple University, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Have a GED. I quit high school at the age of 19. Think about it. I quit at age 19, which means, wait a minute, you're supposed to be in there till you're 17 or 18. That's correct. I was still in the 11th grade at age 19. Not because I couldn't do the work, but because I wouldn't do the work. Whatever was on my mind or in my mind, obviously I needed some kind of wake-up call. We're called, I, you, we're called late bloomers. And I'm proud to be a late bloomer. And what happens when you become a late bloomer is, instead of dreaming the way we used to dream, and I think our dream before we really tagged how important a GED is that the sun comes up and it goes down and it comes up and it goes, and as long as we don't mind being in a compromising position, or perhaps not even recognizing it. And so it was that I joined the Navy without a high school diploma, but it was when I was forced into some things that I didn't like, and especially something where I'd better do something because somebody said I'd better do it, and I couldn't get out of it. And that's when I realized, wait a minute, if I had an education, and I think these people who are telling me to do things that I better do, you better sweep that, you better mop, you better get those dishes, I couldn't rise above that employed position. And so, I want to welcome all of you. It's our world, the late bloomers. And you all are very, very successful. The Greenfield Community College is not fooling around. Their GED graduates are way up there. You have goals now, I hope. Not dreams. Not dreams. Because that's, dreaming the sun goes up and it comes down. And the moon comes up and, and you have a little smoking. But, goal. And I'm sure many of you have that now. You have your GED. You now know how to talk to counselors. You know how to talk to teachers. You realize that there are wonderful people willing to help you. So, congratulations. Congratulations. It is wonderful. This is Dr. William Henry Cosby Jr., Annie Cosby's oldest boy, who graduated from the University of Massachusetts, Amherst, with his GED while in the Navy.
It's now time to honor our graduates with the diplomas they so deserve. Thank you. Elena Arce. Amber Boyle. Rachel Canuel. Nelly De Jesus. Ednick Dodge. Robert Doyle. Shannon Gustafson. Good speech. Madeline Hatt. Kristen Hawkins. Rosanna Herzig. Oops. Nice save. Dylan Hicks. Andy Hintonleitner. Andrea Jean Hubbard. Tasha Jennings. Danielle Martin. Tammy McLean. Angie Melendez. Shauna Moose Belisi. Daniel Nazer Toole. Alex Pajak. Christina Philbrick. Michael Ramsdell. Jose Rivera. Amy Shippa. Jamie Smeichel. Isabel Tremblay. Kayla Waters. Alicia Wills. I'm going to ask the graduates to stand up and flip your tassels. You have graduated. Woo!